Brakati Yahweh, Brakati Yahushai, Brakati Yahweh, Brakati Yahushai, Brakati Yahweh, Brakati Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim, Chalakadash. That belongs to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone True Well. I'm going to say salutations to the hopeful elect out there, man. You Akim to Zadakim that do this thing in the utmost truth and sincerity. I'm the priest Shimon. This week's topic, we're going to be going into the Samaritan woman at the well. As the Apostle Elder Gabar says, you got to understand the history, to understand the mystery. Now, with that said, this is the book of St. John, chapter 4, verse 1. And it reads, Salakia, when therefore the Lord knew how the Pharisees, let me jump down, man. Let me jump down. Let me jump straight to 6. It says, now Jacob's well was there. Yahushua therefore, being wearied with his journey, sat thus on the well. And it was about the 6th hour. So Yahushua was trying to get a drink from Jacob's well. Okay. Then cometh a woman of Samaria, all right, to draw water. Yahushua saith unto her, give me to drink. Now, Samaria will be considered a part of the northern kingdom, all right, because after King Solomon went off, the kingdom was divided. And, the scriptures tell you, a kingdom divided shall not stand. With Rehoboam being the head and the king of the southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, and Jeroboam being the king of the remaining 10 northern kingdom tribes. And we're going to jump into the book of Kings as to what happened, but pretty much the northern kingdom rulers were wicked. At least some of the southern kingdom guys, they did like righteous deeds, but I think the closest to being decent was Jehu. But the rest of the northern kingdoms, they were idolatrous worshippers, and that's why they got led away in captivity by the Assyrian Empire. And so we're gonna let me just continue reading. It says, then cometh a woman of Samaria to draw water. Yahushua saith unto her, give me to drink. For his disciples were gone away unto the city to buy meat. It says, then saith the woman of Samaria unto him, how is it that thou, being a Jew, askest drink of me, which am a woman of Samaria? For the Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans. Right, so we weren't dealing with them, It says, Yahushua answered, and I'm going to say this too, you have Israelites that were adopted the Samaritan way of life, and you had natural heathen Samaritans, okay? And Yahushua is going to pinpoint and let you know that this woman right here is a heathen. Yahushua answered and said unto her, if thou knewest the gift of the Most High, and who it is that saith to thee, giveth me to drink, thou wouldest have asked of him, and he would have given thee living water. Right? So Yahushua, pretty much said, if you know who I am, you'd have asked me for the spirit of truth. The woman saith unto him, sir, thou hast nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. From whence then hast thou the living water? So she ain't get it. It flew right over her head. She thought he was talking about actual water. It says, art thou greater than our father Jacob, which gave us the well and drank thereof, himself and his children and his cattle? So she's saying Jacob is her father, but Jacob is not her forefather. She's a fucking heathen that adopted our ways and our customs, pretty much like the so-called Jew today. Well, they'll also say that their forefather is Jacob, but we know that they don't go back to Jacob. All right, they go back to Esau, which is Jacob's brother. They go back to Isaac. They can say they went back to Isaac. It says, Yahushua answered and said unto her, whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again. That's the physical water, right? Actual water. If you drink water, you're gonna get thirsty again. But whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst. But the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up unto everlasting life, right? That's the truth within us, right? It's constantly nourishing us, constantly living, constantly alive. It says, the woman saith unto him, Sir, give me this water, that I thirst not, neither come hither to draw. So she wants this everlasting water, right? Yahushua saith unto her, Go call thy husband and come hither. Because back in the ancient world, women went to the wells by themselves, men went to the wells by themselves. If a woman went to a well, she was accompanied by a man. You know, there was no independent woman back then. So Yahushua, get your husband, says to get your husband. The woman answered and said, I have no husband. This lion ass thought. Yahushua said unto her, Thou hast well said, I have no husband. For thou hast had 5 husbands, and he whom thou now hast is not thy husband. In that saidest thou truly. In other words, she was starting it out. Now, what's crazy is she got what, 6 bodies? Yo, in today's time, that's like a low body count to have just 6 bodies. But back then that's crazy. You see what I'm saying? So it shows you just how far the degeneracy and the whoredom is gone. It says, the woman saith unto him, Sir, I perceive that thou art a prophet. Because how did he know it? That's what she was saying. How you knew that? She said, Our father worshipped in this mountain, and ye say that Jerusalem is the place where men ought to worship. Now here's that classic. John 4:21. Yahushua saith unto her, Woman, believe me, the hour cometh when ye shall neither in this mountain nor yet at Jerusalem worship the Father. Ye worship, ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. Right, so salvation is for the Jews only, meaning the Israelites. So she was not an Israelite woman. But why would she say our father and all this stuff, and Jacob and all that? Well, let's go to it. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go to it, Salakia. Let's go to 2 Kings 17:24. And the king of Assyria brought men from Babylon and from Kuta, and the elder Tazadaq went into this, that Kuta was them Elamites. That's how come, you know, you go to the land of Israel today, you see all types of people, Ishmaelites, Elamites, all these different heathens up in that land, because when you rose up against the Assyrian Empire, they would do something called dispersion. All right, to quell revolts, they would do a diaspora, meaning they'll take you out of your homeland and put you in a land with other people that you guys don't know each other's languages or cultures, and that will quell revolts against the Assyrian Empire, because y'all couldn't link up together. Y'all had completely different languages, different cultures, and that's what happened to Israel, right? Because King Hosea, the last king of Israel, that's what happened to him. The Assyrians took him out of the land of Israel, all right, and put him in different places, all right. Tobit, you go read the prologue and the first chapters of Tobit. He'll tell you he was up in the Assyrian Empire, but he wasn't in Jerusalem. They put him different places in the empire, put you in Babylon, put you all over. You know, that's how they will call them in revolts. Now, this didn't happen to the southern kingdom. This didn't happen to Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. This happened to the northern kingdom, the land of Samaria, the Jerusalem. All right, not in the land of Jerusalem, but when I say Jerusalem, I'm talking about the northern tribes. Okay. It says, and the king of Assyria brought men from Babylon and from Kuta and from Avah and from Amath and from Sepharvaim. So these are different nations, Hamites in there, you know, a bunch of different people in our land, and placed them in the cities of Samaria instead of the children of Israel, and they possessed Samaria and dwelt in the cities thereof. So that's the origin of the Samaritan woman. It goes back to the diaspora of the northern kingdom being taken out of the land of Israel, all right, and put back, our people being taken out of the land of Israel, and heathens being put there who had to adopt our customs. All right, why? Because the land was rejecting them. I'm going to read a bit more. I don't think this goes into the part where the land was rejecting them, but I'll read a bit more. It says, and so it was at the beginning of their dwelling there that they feared not the Lord. Therefore the Lord sent, oh, there it goes, it breaks it up. The Lord sent lions among them, which slew some of them. So they were getting killed for not fearing the Most High, because the land of Israel is like a human body, and if you're not keeping it right, it's gonna fight you off like a virus. That's how come there's no peace over there in the Middle East, because they're not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments the right way over there. It says, wherefore they spake to the king of Assyria, saying, the nations which thou hast removed and placed in the cities of Samaria know not the manner of the power of the land. It says, therefore he has sent lions among them, and behold, they slay them, because they know not the manner of the Most High of the land, the power of the land. The king of Assyria commandeth, saying, carry thither one of the priests whom ye brought from thence, and let them go and dwell there, and let him teach them manner of the power of the land. So teach them our laws, statutes, and commandments. Teach them about Jacob. Teach them about Isaac. All right. Then one of the priests whom they had carried away from Samaria came and dwelt in Bethel, and taught them how they should fear the Lord. So this is the origin of the Samaritan woman at the well. All right. Why she was saying the shit she was saying, you know. All right. Not because she was of Jacob. All right. Because that's the history right there. All right. It says that they should fear the Lord. Howbeit every nation made gods of their own, and put them in the houses of the high places which the Samaritans had made. Every nation, Slacker, in their cities wherein they dwelt. And the men of Babylon made Succobonoth, and the men of Cuth made Nergal, and the men of Hamath made Ashima, and the Hivites, pretty much they went making their own different deities or what have you. And the Lord dealt with them, and the Lord preserved some of them that were keeping the law, statutes, commandments. But you get the gist of the story, man. All right, the Samaritan woman at the well, she was a natural Gentile. All right, but she didn't know that, because you know it's been so many different generations. All right, passing down what was taught. All right, the law, statutes, and commandments. All right, by the time it got to her, and by the time it got to Yahweh Shah, she really believed that her forefathers go back to Jacob. All right, just like a lot of these so-called Jews today, a lot of them, they don't know that they nationality is that of an Edomite. They really believe, all right, in their hearts of hearts, in their mind, all right, that they're the children of the Most High. See, but salvation is of the true Jew. All right, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Well, primarily the Southern Kingdom, but when I say Jew, I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rachah Kodash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone True Well. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there, you Akim to Zadakim that do this thing now most truth and sincerity. Shalom.